By the time this story happened, HOA Karen had already earned herself a reputation across 3 counties. If there was a line to cross, she didn't just step over it. She built a stage, held a press conference, and danced on it in front of everyone. But this was the moment she officially declared war on my pool. It started on a hot Texas afternoon, the kind of day where even the cicadas are too lazy to chirp. I was out by the pool, sipping iced tea and watching my wife float lazily under the sun. We'd just put in a new filtration system, and the water looked clearer than crystal. Then, as always, trouble arrived. A screech of brakes, a flash of red hair, and there she was, HOA Karen, marching toward my gate like she owned the place, a rolled-up stack of papers under her arm like she was about to serve me divine judgment. "Good afternoon," she said, though her tone sounded more like a threat. "We've received multiple complaints that you're denying HOA members access to the community pool." I blinked, looked at my private pool, then back at her. "Community pool?" She nodded firmly. "Yes, this one." I laughed, couldn't help it. "Karen, this pool is on my ranch, behind a locked gate, with a fence, and a 12-foot sign that says private property." She smirked. "Yes, well, the HOA recently updated the bylaws. Any shared access recreational facility within 1 mile of community borders is considered subject to community privileges." I stared. "You're telling me you rewrote the rules to include my private pool?" She smiled sweetly. "Exactly. So, we'll need a copy of your pool schedule for the week, when residents can come swim." That's when I decided this would be fun. I said, "Sure thing, Karen. But just to make sure I don't get this wrong, why don't you call the cops and verify what you just told me?" She grinned. "Oh, I'll do that. And when they arrive, I'll make sure you understand HOA law." 15 minutes later, I heard the sirens. 2 county deputies pulled up, probably wondering why their afternoon break just got interrupted by pool drama. Karen sprinted up to them, waving her papers. "Officers, this man is denying access to the community pool." They looked at me. I nodded toward the sign, "Private property, and no trespassing." One of the deputies sighed. "Ma'am, this doesn't look like community property." "It is," she shouted. "It's within the HOA zone." The deputy turned to me. "You got proof it's private?" I smiled. "Oh, I've got more than proof. Follow me." We stepped into my security room. Multiple monitors displayed every inch of the ranch, including Karen's earlier attempt last week to peek over the fence. And sitting on the desk was a folder marked deed and ownership records. I handed the deputy the folder. Signed, sealed, and verified by the county. No HOA jurisdiction. "She's trespassing." The deputy flipped through the papers, nodded, and then turned to Karen. "Ma'am, he's right. You don't have any legal authority here." She started sputtering. But the bylaws don't override property law," he said flatly. Her face went red. "This isn't over," she snapped. That's when I smiled again and said, "Actually, Karen, it is over. You see," I pointed to the camera feed above the door. "I record all interactions on this property for security reasons. That includes your verbal harassment, your threats, and your repeated trespassing attempts. My lawyer has already filed a cease and desist order." She froze. You can't." "Oh, I can," I said, sipping my tea. "In fact, I think the HOA will be very interested to see what happens when one of their officers tries to illegally claim federal land." She stormed off, muttering something about lawsuits and ungrateful neighbors. But the truth was clear. She'd finally lost her grip. A few weeks later, the HOA board held a meeting. Apparently, several members had seen the police report and the video of her shouting at the deputies. She was voted out of her HOA position for conduct unbecoming of an officer. To celebrate, I hosted a barbecue by the pool that weekend. The same deputies came by off-duty. We laughed, grilled ribs, and toasted to the new sign I'd put up at the gate. "Private pool. HOA members will be hosed down." The cameras caught it all. And if you look close enough at the footage, you can see me smirking into the sunset, whispering to myself, "Next time, Karen, bring floaties. You're in over your head."